Hello, and welcome to a short video on creating an effective online learning community. During this video, we will explain why creating an online learning community is important for student learning, cover basic elements of course community, and review a few practical ways to implement or create community in your online course environment. So what is a learning community? And how do you create one online? For our purposes, an online learning community consists of you and the students in your class who are coming together to engage in critical discourse, collaborative learning, as well as peer and self-reflection, all in order to construct meaning and confirm understanding associated with higher levels of learning. Many instructors who teach face-to-face create community without thinking about it, whether it be through class conversations, group work, individual interactions before and after class, and more. Creating a similar type of community for an online class can still happen. It just requires more conscious and continuous effort. A strong sense of online community provides a learning environment that engages learners with course content, instructors, and peers. As with face-to-face community, online community provides accountability, motivation, and reduces student anxiety, all ways to enhance student learning. Research in online learning indicates that students cannot be left on their own and be expected to wade through massive amounts of content. Students need connection to their instructor, other students, and the content to help them feel that learning is being facilitated. In short, they need a sense of community. It is also important to emphasize that though community may happen on its own, it will be more consistently effective if it's intentionally built. Research also shows that it is essential for instructors to model the behavior and engagement in the class they want from their students. Modeling behavior ranges from participating in the course discussions, answering questions quickly, and expressing excitement about the course material. These are just a few examples of how to show your engagement, connection, and commitment to the class in an online environment. So now that we've explained why we would want to create course community, let's review 3 basic elements of online course community and show you how to implement them in an online course environment. These elements include instructor presence, facilitating collaborative learning, and creating engagement with the course content and activities. The first key element of effective course community is instructor presence. Instructor presence is the degree in which students see your presence and interact with you as the instructor in the online environment. Research indicates that when students can connect with their instructors, they are more likely to engage with other students and course content. The instructor's social presence is critical to making these connections. So how do you make this happen in an online environment? Simple ways to establish instructor presence are to post your photo and contact information where students can see it as soon as they enter the course site. In addition, a more in-depth instructor bio can provide both professional and personal information. Personal information might include why you chose this profession, current projects you're working on, and why you are passionate about the course content. You might also add a less formal photo of you in this bio section. A third way to introduce yourself, establish instructor presence, and model student interactions can be to post a brief introduction as the first hello in an introduction forum. This introduction would differ from your bio since it will be briefer and less academic. Your presence is also key in any initial course documents you create, such as a Getting It Started document, your syllabus, or any schedule or assignment guidelines. These documents walk students through the basic course expectations using informal, friendly language. One of the first things students will notice upon entering the course is how you, as an instructor, are welcoming them and orienting them to the online environment and the course content. Students also need to feel your presence in various interactions throughout the course. Posting weekly announcements and responding to student questions routinely throughout the semester helps keep students engaged and on task. Posting general responses to groups or the whole class regarding weekly discussions ensures that students know you're listening and facilitating their learning. Providing timely feedback comments to individual assignments increases motivation and lets students know you care about their learning. Announcements, feedback, or general responses can be done with video or audio to increase instructor presence. One of the most important ways you will enhance course community is by facilitating collaborative learning and student-to-student interactions. When students establish trust and confidence in peers, opportunities for shared understanding and deeper learning of content increases. A collaborative learning environment can be built through online discussions, group assignments, and peer feedback. Instructors facilitate collaborative learning by setting a framework for student interactions in all of these activities. You can manage student expectations and provide greater student confidence by giving students clear information on how and when course interactions occur and when feedback will be provided. In the online environment, managing student collaboration often takes more thought and careful logistical coordination than strategies used in face-to-face classes. Think of all the questions your students might have and provide clear yet brief details that can help avoid confusion or misunderstandings. For example, in your guidelines for online discussions document, you can provide sample forum posts and a forum timeline encouraging biweekly posts. This helps students understand how and when to interact with each other. Written guidelines for group assignments should be very clear in explaining the rationale for group work, the tasks and timelines, and be sure to indicate exactly how and where students will communicate, interact, and submit their work. Providing early opportunities for peer evaluation of group work can ensure more productive group collaboration throughout the course. Your facilitation of learning is evident in the framework established in your directions and your presence facilitating and providing feedback as students complete activities. Another way to enhance course community is by facilitating student engagement with the course content and activities. So how do you do this in an online environment? Simply putting content into the course site is not enough. As the instructor, you need to guide students through each element of the course. They need to hear your voice framing the content so they know what key elements to focus on and why they should engage with the content. As we stated earlier, you begin creating content engagement with your Getting Started document and your syllabus. Both these documents provide a framework for students to understand where to begin and what to expect throughout the course. Adding weekly module introductions helps students feel you are guiding them through the course content. Module introductions should be friendly and professional and can be done in text, audio, or video format. While video provides greater instructor presence, they are often more time-consuming to create. Module introductions can take the form of that 5-minute update that you would give in a face-to-face class. These introductions give students a quick overview of content being covered and the key academic focus, but they can be challenging because it is hard to be both clear and concise. In your module introductions, address students directly rather than in the third person to establish a closer connection. All the content in your course will need your guiding voice. Introductory information will need clarity of communication. Modules will need introductions, and forums will need engaging yet concise directions. Remember to use the same language you might use to guide students in class so they feel your presence. It helps to imagine your students' presence as you communicate. As previously mentioned, communication can be in text, audio, or video format. To ensure universal access, remember to include transcripts or captions for audio or video communications with students. As with all the other ways you create community, aiding students to engage with content in various formats is a key element to keep them motivated and enhance learning. In conclusion, course community is a way to engage students with the instructor, peers, and course content. Key elements include instructor presence, facilitating collaborative learning, and creating engagement with course content and activities. These elements build course community by providing accountability and motivation, as well as reducing student anxiety, thereby enhancing student learning.